I thought a male cow was
I thought
a
they
bull.
called male cows
Just
bulls.
like they call
Wait,
male
they
call
chickens
wait.
roosters.
So cow, really?
Wait,
Yeah,
there's-
but a rooster is a
But
chicken.
a rooster is a chicken.
Yeah, and a bull is a
roosters
cow.
roosters are always male.
Yeah, roosters
Yeah.
are always male. Hens are never male. So
Yeah.
spotted cows, all
Spotted
women.
cows all.
So yeah,
No,
because if
they're
you're
not.
aware rooster, you're still
They might
aware
be.
chicken.
They might be. Yeah.
Wow, dude. Hello and welcome to another episode of Volume 1, the anime and manga podcast where we usually review the first volume of a brand new manga each week, but today it's a very special day. Not only are we returning to One Piece to talk about Drum Island and to meet the one and only Tony Chopper, but we're also meeting someone else today, a very special guest. I am, of course, Josh. We'll just say Drum Michaels. And I'm joined by
Megan, Tony, Dr. Tony Chopper, Perrine.
and I'm not cutting to Cody yet because I don't want to spoil the reveal, but Cody, would you introduce yourself, please?
Cody, the will of the D Decker.
Oh, that's really good.
I like it.
I wrote that down.
I like it.
That's so funny.
And to come in hype and to give this man the introduction he deserves. Nolan, I should have asked you your last name before we started recording, but
It's all good. Hi, I am Nolan Roranora Carillo.
woo! Everybody welcome
Hey.
Nolan to the podcast.
Thank you for having me, y'all. Thank you for having me.
We
Nice
got a
to
little
meet you.
Chopper, Tony Chopper remix in the background
This is
for
the
you.
Tony Chopper.
Yes.
It's the remix
It's the
version.
remix, it's the trap mix.
trap mix version. Nolan, thank you for being here. Thank you so much.
No, thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you for being
I'm a
here.
big fan of it.
no, thank you for being here.
I'm like filled with love right now.
Today, thank you as well for joining us. Today, we are, of course, talking about Drum Island, Drum Kingdom, question mark.
Drum
We'll-
Island.
We'll get there, yes.
Thank
and that's
you.
why we have
Drum
Nolan
Island.
here, too, because Nolan,
We've well established that's what it was.
well, yeah, but in the manga, and we've
Well,
been wrong before. We've been hurt so many times
Oh,
before
yeah.
here on this podcast.
Yeah, I go on the wiki now after I finish
Die.
reading, and
Yeah.
then I go through. I'm like, are the names actually what they're supposed to be? Is this even
You
the
guys
right
have been
manga?
struggling, man.
Yeah, we have been struggling. And for those of you who
this
don't
is
know,
like one of the only series that is like this, really.
yeah,
It's
Nolan
ridiculous.
is a One Piece, I would say,
You can say fanatic.
fanatic.
I'm a true fan.
A true fan. You're
You
caught
could-
up
fan.
on the manga. You're
Yeah.
caught up
Yeah.
to where it's currently at. Been a
Yeah.
fan your whole life? Dare I say?
No. When I was right out of high school is when I became a fan in the first year.
Yeah.
And that's when I started actually getting more into anime. Because Megan here, if you guys don't know, she's mi prima. That means
Prima.
my cousin.
Prima.
It's my cousin. You know, I've known her my whole life. And she's always loved anime, manga.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
She's been a diehard since she
Yeah.
came out of the womb, I feel
yeah,
like.
and I was a decrier. I actually was like, that shit's nasty. Like, you fucking like anime.
He used to tell
Like,
me
I would
that,
actually
yeah.
be like,
You
ew,
would
like, I would
actively
hate that.
not like that. I liked it.
Did you?
The
watch?
only thing I liked was Naruto when I was like 11 or 12.
My man.
But then
my man.
after I liked Naruto is when I started liking, like, noticing other series. And then I liked certain series during high school and I would talk about it with friends. But then after high school, bro,
Yeah.
like I just saw like a picture of one. I don't know like how exactly I started, but I was just interested by the art.
Yeah.
And then after that, I was just like, I gotta
Hooked.
watch it.
Yeah. Pirate hooked.
I was
Oh.
fucking Captain Hooked. I was
Captain
Cap
Hooked.
Hooked out here. Yes, it's true.
So we figured it'd be nice to have Nolan here to help us go through everything and to just keep us on track, maybe be a voice for everybody in the comments who constantly tells us that there are things that maybe we are currently reading or going through that play a big part later on. Obviously, we're going to keep it spoiler free and only talk about the arc that we're going to be talking about today, which is going to be volumes 15, 16, 17, chapters 130 through 154 to be exact. And stay tuned if you are a Patreon member or if you'd like to become a Patreon member. You can listen to an exclusive Get to Know Nolan episode where we go through sort of his relationship a little more in depth with anime and manga, and specifically One Piece, Naruto, everything he just talked about. We're going to go into go in more depth with that in our Patreon episode. And if you're not a Patreon member, you can always become one by going to patreon.com/volume1pod. Okay, guys, let's go through it. Let's start breaking it down. Nolan, I'm going to save you for last. I want to work down to Cody.
Okay.
So, Megan, how did you feel reading this arc and coming back to One Piece?
It is So far, I thought Syrup Village was my favorite arc just because of Usopp's introduction and what happens. And it was very entertaining. Drum Island's like blew it out of the water.
Yeah,
The seawater, that is.
I see.
I
seven
see.
C's what you did there.
Oh!
I don't know.
Arr! Okay,
don't know.
but yeah,
Does that count?
Sure. I don't know.
yeah.
Leave it up to the viewers to decide.
You guys.
Exactly.
And the listeners.
I did love it. I mean,
And lest we forget.
Lest we forget.
I've been waiting for Chopper. I've seen him around. I was not ready for the cuteness that I
Mhm.
experienced.
Yeah, I want to
reading
talk about
this.
a little bit too the movie One Piece movie 9, which is called, the official title of it is Bloom in the Winter Miracle Sakura, which came out in 2008. It's a what if retelling of the whole Drum Island arc. So Vivi is not there, but there are other Straw Hats that are there. The animation is amazing. They kept the heart of the movie, and we'll talk more about that later. But Cody,
Just real quick, is it like an anime? Is it like the My Hero movies where it's like it kind of takes place in the setting, but also no, it's not canon?
it's not canon, and they really do treat it like a what if. Like at the beginning of the episode or the beginning of the movie, it says like if ... and it is.
You know what? I would prefer that if the My Hero movies did though, because it bothers me that they're like, no, it counts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Like,
then
we're gonna give this to you, but it
where
doesn't
does this
happen
fit
again.
in the? Do you get? We'll
Nothing
vaguely
happens?
reference one of the characters by saying someone did this.
Yeah.
That just happened to them.
Yeah,
They
it's a great movie, and it's animated beautifully, and it is a little weird seeing members who we haven't met yet there, but I think it was a great movie. But Cody, how did you feel coming back? How did you feel about this arc?
I kind of thought I wasn't gonna like Tony, but yeah, it was kind of like the reason it's like better than Syrup is like it's like, oh, he kind of replaces Usopp, like it's because like Usopp's was my favorite character and his chapter was my favorite arc,
Yeah.
and then like Drum Island was better, and I no one told me he was a were reindeer.
Yeah, he kind of is.
Yeah,
No one told me that.
No one told me that.
Yeah.
No, I'm like, oh, well, that as everyone knows, that's my that's a checklist
Yeah.
on my list.
Wear things?
Yes.
Do same.
Oh.
dog.
Yeah.
I like wear shit. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I was like, all right, let's the Drum Island arc. Oh, like, and it did a couple things that I like, and with Luffy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I didn't. People keep saying he'll get a moment. I'm like, I don't believe you.
Yeah.
He actually got a moment. I was like, oh, I like that.
Yeah, he did. I mean, he was the most like, I think, captainy, the most mature,
Yeah.
the most like responsible, I think, in this arc.
Yeah. And yeah, I just if I knew there was a werewolf in I mean, he's a reindeer, right? But
Yeah. But he's a werewolf.
I wear reindeer is too hard to say.
I mean, but he's a doctor too.
oh,
Yeah,
what?
let's
Yeah.
not forget he's the doctor.
Doctor.
Every time.
Chopper.
This was my
Can you do a
favorite
British
arc
accent?
that we've read so far. But Nolan, how is it coming back, dude? Revisiting, because you're in the thousands when it comes to the chapters.
Yeah.
So how is it going all the way back and like
it
re-experiencing
makes
it?
the thing I personally like about One Piece is that looking back on a lot of the arcs is that they get you to a certain extent you long for them because of how different the series goes and what directions it goes into later on in the series, but necessary directions. Of course, I have flaws with it, like any other series. Like, I don't think there's no perfect series, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, going back to this, just you realize how it lays down the foundation for other stuff. And like how it keeps people's attention for years is that they introduce new characters that you like, but every character introduced is like part of the scheme of like a larger like story at play at the end of the day.
I wanted to talk a little bit about that too, because I noticed that there are characters like Dragon.
But it's also really good, just like as its own like story.
I think
like,
that's why they made a
Island's
movie
really,
out of it. Yeah.
Drum Island's really good. I like it.
Yeah, Dragon comes back. We meet Dragon again. Like we hear about Blackbeard. We like it does feel like there are a lot of seeds being planted and a lot of like world building happening at the same time. And so this was by far one of the most enjoyable arcs for me.
This is my favorite.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. He's so fucking cute. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, are you
Tragic as
joking?
fuck.
Yeah, and his story and everything, like
So
the emotional
sad.
beats, the comedy, like everything lands for me in this arc. Like, it was amazing from beginning to end.
Yeah. So we can start going through it a little bit then. Where we left off was Nami had just gotten sick and they were looking for a doctor. And Vivi's on a mission to get to Alabasta, obviously, because, there's a war happening.
Yeah, really
And,
bad one.
Yeah, and Nami was like not showing her this newspaper article that she had seen because she didn't want to worry her. But now the situation's like intensifying because there are rebels who have sort of switched sides, or there are soldiers who have switched sides and become part of the like opposing army. But Vivi has like a really cool moment right here too, and that was the one thing about replacing Vivi in the movie that I didn't like, is because she has a lot of like really powerful moments here, and one of them was when she's making the decision to like whether she wants to stay on course to Alabasta or whether she wants to like get help for Nami. She comes out and she says like, I want to get to Alabasta as soon as possible. Don't judge me for being selfish, but, and then there's that moment. I think Nami is going to be the only way we're going to get there the fastest. And so everybody kind of looks up at her and they're like, Vivi, you're all right.
Yeah, they're like, damn, Vivi.
Yeah.
You strong, girl.
Yeah.
She's so strong.
She's so strong. And they all say it too. They're like, damn, this princess.
She's strong.
She's strong, independent.
She's beautiful.
Beautiful. She has a big duck.
Okay.
I fucking love Karu.
Karu's so cute.
In the anime, he's really funny because it's just like the actual voice is like fucking hilarious.
Do it.
Can you do Karu's voice?
That's how he sounds. Coach.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is
It's
that accurate to the?
Yeah.
Nah, it wasn't that accurate.
It was pretty accurate,
wasn't
too.
it?
But it kind of.
You could have just said yeah.
Yeah, you could have just
Yeah, you
committed
could have
to
just
it.
said yeah. They would have been like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to be honest.
I love her as a part of the Straw Hats, dude. I think she fits right in. And again, we've talked about in the past episodes how like Oda likes to, at least at this stage in the series, likes to split up the crew. And the team ups that we got in this arc were some of my favorites as well. Like seeing, Nami, I mean, not Nami. I guess Nami and Usopp, but Sanji and Luffy like team up was like really, really cool.
It was the next level stupidity of like them like in the snow, like talking about like just stupid shit. Like,
Yeah.
oh, like I heard that all the women in this town are so pale and white because the way the snow falls on their skin, and they also have to rub their skin. That's why it's so white. And I'm like, these guys are so
And
dumb.
and then Luffy's like, people in snowy countries, they just never sleep, right?
Yeah, dude, I don't know where he's getting this shit from.
Sanji's like, what are you talking about? He's like, they just never sleep. Like, they never go to bed.
He's like, he has a bed in his room, and he's
just like, what the fuck?
Yeah. But before we get there, we meet Wapol, the ex-king of Drum Island. And he shows up and he's got like a submarine kind of boat thing, and he shows up with his crew, and there's like this guy Chess who is terrifying, and Kuramarimo. Yeah. I mean, I tried, and I hope.
Wapol.
I hope
The fact that you stumbled means it's
funny.
over.
that's over for me. I hope someone appreciates it. They're like, he tried.
No,
Dude, I got ripped to shreds the other day when I was talking about my experience. How I watched One Piece, or like, my
ripped to shreds.
Yeah.
Dude. And we'll talk about it more later. But just to
Forgot
stay
what
on
you said.
track now, they have an interaction with them, and then they kind of have a quick fight. We find out that Wapol has eaten a devil fruit as well. He can like eat shit. and-
Yeah, he can eat shit. Like,
Yeah.
he can.
That's literally what it is. It's called the
eat
munch
shit.
munch. I'm
It's
pretty
called
sure.
the munch munch fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He eats shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now, we know who you can cosplay as.
Oh, now we know. Now we know. Good thing now we know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Josh is Wapol.
We were like,
I was really excited for you.
Now for our Spanish viewers out there, maybe somebody's thinking Josh is Wapo,
Guapo.
but not Wapol.
that was a reach.
I don't even get it.
I don't-
Guapo means handsome.
Yeah,
Spanish.
I was giving myself a compliment to kind of just like counter.
Oh, and you said it was a reach.
That's
fascinating.
fascinating. We learn more and more on this podcast every day. It's like incredible.
It's like
Haha.
But yeah,
the
they
amount of disrespect.
yeah, it's crazy. They leave and they say like, we'll meet you again. Yada yada yada. They get to Drum Island. They find it there, and they're immediately met by villagers who are anti-pirate, which you assume is going to be a lot of places that they go.
I like this part.
It's the best part, dude. And then this is where we meet Big Dalton, dude. Dalton was also a little bit of a were creature too.
It was.
Yeah, it was a werebull.
Well, there's a whole category of.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask
those
you about too.
elephants.
They're called like zones or something like that. I don't know if
They
I'm saying it
introduced
right.
zones in this arc too, which is basically all zone type devil fruits are animals, so you can turn into different types of animals.
Mm-hmm.
And even the one that Chopper ate, the human fruit,
Yeah.
like that's literally like if some I I don't want to. They said it in SBS that like if a human were to eat the human fruit, nothing would happen. Like Otis said.
Oh, really?
Yeah, fucking nothing would happen.
Oh,
So it's literally meant for like other
species. Yeah.
I thought I read that he said like you would, or I think it was a joke where he said like you would become like a true, like the fullest human potential or something. Like,
Oh, maybe.
like you would achieve like a spirit. I think that was
something
a joke
like
he
that.
said,
I think
though.
it was like a joke because there wasn't like any relevance to
There-
like, eating the fruit.
Yeah, there was another line I think below that was like, what would happen if I ate Luffy? And he's like, you would get food poisoning.
Yeah, so I
That's
guess it's
interesting.
probably not canon. Although maybe you would get food poisoning if you ate Luffy.
I'll just say that like a lot of things he hasn't figured out everything and this is literally like the first real arc. Like I consider Alabasta to be the real first arc of the story.
Yeah.
And
People talk about kingdom arcs too. Like,
kingdom arcs.
yeah, like this is
Kingdom Hearts.
People need to
Kingdom
stop talking. People need to relax and let you guys
let us
go
yeah.
forward.
Go off,
go
King.
off, go off, King.
Guys,
Go off,
you
King.
guys need like a mod or something, like a moderator on it. For like
no one's
every
in the
content.
comments just like defending us. I feel.
Well, if that's what they're saying. I'm like, damn, bro. Like,
yeah.
they'll figure it out. Like,
Yeah,
they're
no,
continuing. Like,
I love the ones where it's like, don't even read that one.
Yeah.
Like,
that's
what
that's
don't
one of
even read the
funniest
prologue of the story. What are you talking about? It's
ones. Oh, okay.
it's in the story.
Okay.
It's a part of the story.
No, it's cool. I don't need to like know any of the characters before the story starts.
Yeah, I don't need to get any context for what's going
No,
on.
Yeah.
No, that's lame.
Yeah, I'd be a real idiot if I did that. Yeah, they get there. We meet Dalton. We meet the villagers, and they're all anti-pirate. They've been hurt. They've been scarred. They talk about Wapol being the king, the ex-king who was excommunicated, I guess. And
Ex-king communicated.
Yeah, I was kind of going. Yeah,
I honestly I didn't know if it was so obvious I was stealing it from you.
No, I mean that's not,
That wasn't
like
Megan just
turned it
trying to
into a
fan
thing.
any
Yeah.
flame she can. No.
that was crazy. She was trying to start something between us right now. Oh my god.
Oh, this
Wow.
is okay. She's
Tony,
working on
Tony.
Chopper, hey, Tony Chopper, hey.
And then Megan goes off. Yeah, I like the backstory that they give to this village and these villagers and Blackbeard. I know Blackbeard plays like a big part later on in the story. I assume.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, they definitely set him up here. You know, he's Blackbeard. He's the most famous pirate in fiction.
Yeah.
I mean, really, like, so I would say that, yeah, he definitely plays a role later on.
Yeah, that's what I am excited to see because obviously like Gold Roger or Gold D Roger or Code D Roger.
Oh my God. That's awesome.
Yeah. Okay. Now
He's
you
one of the
got
most infamous
Cody.
pirates of the Seven Seas
Yeah.
on the Grand Line.
Something about this guy yeah, seems to have enraptured me.
Enraptured. I like that word.
Yeah, I just thought of it.
But yeah, they get there and they're looking for a doctor, and they tell him after. This is another really powerful moment in the arc too, because again, like you're saying, you're looking for Luffy to have moments, and I really do think that this might be the arc that people were talking about. Maybe you starting to come around to him a little bit more because there's that moment where he's yelling and screaming like, "We need a doctor! We need a doctor!" And Vivi's very diplomatic, which we do see more of like later on. And she's like, "Look, you're not going to win anybody over by screaming at them. They're afraid, and they need to believe that that we're not going to hurt them." And so you need to like chill out. And he, to his credit, like he kind of assesses the situation and like bends down. And
Yeah, when he apologizes and he's just like, yeah, I was like, oh, that's a solid moment. Like I liked him a little more like from then on.
Yeah, I did feel like if in any other arc he would have made like a joke about it or completely undone like that moment.
Yeah, he just
Yeah.
like actually like listens. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vivi definitely added a really specific quality to somebody who's trying to be a king. Because at the end of the day, Luffy is trying to be the king of the pirates, and although we don't really know exactly what it really means to even be king or how to achieve that, we know that if you find the One Piece, you'll be the pirate king. But is that really like all there is to being pirate king? Like this story that's going on for so long is getting to the same goal of pirate king.
Yeah.
So it's just it's cool that when you introduce the VV so early on too, is that it really adds on. You're really starting to see like the more specific themes that One Piece has, like really like kingly, worldly things like that.
Yeah,
You know
being
what I
a
mean?
good
Like,
leader, being a good king. Yeah.
leader,
Yeah.
things like that, and
Which makes so much
forming
sense.
his identity.
Which makes so much sense to like why he would, need to learn that.
Yeah.
And I didn't even see Vivi until now as like someone who would also be teaching him like what it means to be a king.
diplomatic.
Yeah, to be diplomatic. Yeah.
And to think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To use your head and not always think with your stomach, which I could also learn a thing or two from. Okay, Cody.
Yeah, everyone disagreed.
Yeah, I was just waiting for
Everyone
something. I was waiting for someone to
disagreed.
say no.
Why would we?
No.
Why
Anyway.
would we be against that?
Anyway,
No.
Honest question. Why would we be against that?
They're trying to figure that out.
yeah, I'm just yeah. Thank you, Nolan. I don't know why. I don't have an answer. Anyway, Dalton's super cool. Dalton leads them to his house, takes them there to rest, tells them about a doctor in town that only comes down to visit. Now this is heavy Rudolph the reindeer vibes. I think.
Oh,
I was like, are they gonna have Rudolph references? I'm like, is that like weird? But then it's like,
It's anything.
there's no
They
reindeer.
reference everything.
Yeah, it's also like
everything.
if you're gonna have a reindeer, you have to reference Rudolph, right? That's the only thing reindeers do besides this.
Yeah, and reindeers should feel lucky, dude.
Yeah, they should feel
Because-
graced that
because-
they can be a part of the Santa lore.
Yeah,
Well, no one would be talking about reindeers.
No
Who
one
the
gives
fuck
a
would be
shit.
talking about
It's another
Yeah.
deer. What's a
There's only one reindeer song, Rudolph.
Yeah.
That's it.
Which
Grandma
one?
got ran over by a
Oh, I forgot about that one.
Bro, there's really only like
But there's
a
only
couple
songs
reindeer
about
songs
them.
about Christmas.
Yeah, because they're about Christmas. No one be talking. No one have a song about a reindeer.
And instead of Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, these are Rudolph the rude-ass reindeer.
Rude
Oh
ass
my-
reindeer.
Oh, I was
fucking
saying- yeah.
rowdy ass reindeer.
Yeah.
Yeah, like as I was saying, like, are they gonna make a red nose reference? I go, he has a blue nose. I'm like, is that a reference or not?
Well, I
That's
mean, when
definitely
they're
I
going
can't
into-
tell.
reference,
When
yeah.
they're going into his backstory, they literally say, like, word for word, like,
Blue nose.
well, they say blue nose, but then they say that, like, all the other reindeer laughed and called him names, which is like a verse from the song.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
I haven't listened to the reindeer song in a while.
Well,
I don't
Christmas is
blame you.
coming
I
around.
mean,
It doesn't,
if it's not on your radar, you're like, I'm on.
It's like
On
if it's
my
on the
reindeer.
radio.
Reindeer.
Reindeer.
Radio?
Reindeer. Video
Okay.
killed the
All right.
reindeer star.
Okay.
Grandma got ran over by a reindeer.
Range Rover.
Okay,
Range
Cody.
Rover.
Okay, Cody.
Just got run over by a radio.
Yeah.
Grandma got run over by a radio. What were you saying, though?
Huh?
You don't listen, you're not a
Huh?
fan of Christmas music?
Oh, no, not really.
I guess I could have put that together myself.
Why would I? What about me would ever be?
Yeah, I don't know.
What would be like, yeah.
Yeah, nothing you give off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no
Is
Christmas
that
vibes.
Mariah Carey again? Yes. I love winter.
Bublé.
Who?
Bublé's a great Christmas
Bublé?
song guy. Anyway,
Maybe someone's listening to this during Christmas. They missed the release episode.
well, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas if you're doing
Merry
that.
Christmas.
Yeah, how about that? Merry Christmas from all of us to you. I thought we were maybe going to say
All of
in unison.
us to you.
You thought we were gonna do that.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
thought.
I was hoping.
Merry Christmas.
Also, if you're watching the video version of this, bear with me. The switching I'm getting used to the switching
Yeah.
still too. But yeah, so takes him back, tells him about the witch. The witch comes down. Only, she doesn't really have a schedule. She comes down whenever she feels like
Yeah.
it.
Oh, no, yeah, I would like if the villager explained it like that. She comes down once only every. I guess not really a set time.
Yeah, I never really thought about that, but I guess she comes down whenever the fuck she wants.
Yeah.
And they think that she's not going to be back for a long time. So Luffy and Sanji take Nami up the mountain. They're going to climb up the mountain to go get her.
Crazy
And
scene.
he warns them
Yeah.
about these, like, are they called lapins or are they
Yeah.
called like,
Lappins.
Yeah.
And I want to know if these creatures,
Big bunnies.
they're like big ass bunnies.
Big bunny.
Big bunny.
Big bunny.
You've heard of Bad Bunny. Get ready for Big Bunny.
Yeah.
Who's
Bunny.
Bad Bunny?
Bad
an
Bunny.
artist.
Yeah, as an artist.
Oh,
He's
Reggaeton.
Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reggaeton.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Reggaeton Bad Bunny.
Come on.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. He's like, careful, they're man-eating rabbits, and they're like, we're fine. And then they decide to bring Nami with them, which I thought was like, okay, of course you're going there, but like,
it saves them a trip.
yes,
Otherwise, they have to convince her to come down and then bring her down,
but
Yeah, well, they're
it-
dealing with someone.
and
that
then she has to go back.
the
up.
villagers have
Yeah.
already said, like, we don't know what the fuck she's gonna do.
yeah.
And literally, Nami's literally fucking dying.
And that's the thing too. They don't know if they have time once they get up
Yeah.
there. Do they have time to get up there and to bring her back down before Nami dies?
Yeah.
But this was also a really cool thing to another like handicap to give Luffy to like make him be smarter and not just use his fists to solve everything. But they go up the mountain and as soon as they go up the mountain, Dalton gets word that the witch has come down the mountain and is in the next village over.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was like, are you kidding me? Classic One Piece shenanigans.
Mhm.
Yeah, classic shenanigans. And this is again one of my favorite pairings. Like seeing Sanji like take over while Luffy is, has Nami on his back, because he says like, any hit that you take, any punch that you throw is going to affect Nami. So you have to be super, super, super careful. And there's even a moment where Luffy does want to throw a kick and Sanji stops him and he's like, I got this. And I don't know. It was just cool because, again, like Luffy calls back to this moment later and chooses not to act, which is something I don't think up until this point we've ever really seen him do. We've never seen him show like restraint, I don't think, before.
Yeah, I like seeing him do like, I just have to focus on support.
Yeah.
And for someone who's that powerful, that's like a nice thing to see them like be like handicapped a little.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what like his role is in the crew in general. It's just like, I'm by far the strongest person. I have the most capability when it comes to just physically doing something. And the scene of Luffy carrying Nami and Sanji up the big tower, and like I don't know if they noticed like his fucking like nails and like his finger, and like literally all of his nails are just like bloody and like cracking, and he slides down. It's crazy in the anime. It's literally like he's going down and it's just like red blood like flying everywhere as he's like trying to grip onto the. And that was like a really visceral scene that just like came out of nowhere. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, this is like bloody as shit. I'm like, what the hell?
Because I was thinking about just reading the manga, and then whenever there's a fight scene, like starting the anime, and then so I can watch the fights and then like read the dialogue again.
Yeah.
Like, is the anime like a faithful adaptation, or do they do
Fuck
do they do
no.
little things that just
No.
like
Go off.
or they do a lot of
Because
things?
They
Fuck
do.
no.
They don't. It doesn't really portray like the impact like it does in the manga.
It like
'Cause-
in that way where like they never draw it as seriously. As,
No,
like,
they don't. Like it's not as much expression or like you feel the flow of like the paneling. Like it's not like fluid like that at all.
Well, also
like-
you said that the anime suffers from a lot of pacing issues too. They'll like really draw
and don't let
something
fucking
out.
anybody tell you different. The pacing is fucking garbage.
Is it
Like I completely stopped recommending the anime to people at a certain point.
Is it because of filler?
No, it's because usually for most anime series, we don't have to get into this
No,
right
I
now.
mean,
But
That was don't.
I'm just saying that like
that was
like most anime series, 2 chapters per episode. One Piece, 1 chapter per episode. Pacing's terrible, and then after a while, they like let's make half a chapter into 1 episode, and then literally there's many episodes where like half the episode is literally recap. That's just what it is. Like to anybody who's thinking that the pacing isn't an issue, what do you want Naruto to be twice as long? Because that's the pacing for what One Piece is.
Yeah.
Do you want every other series to literally just be twice as long for no reason? That's literally what One Piece's pacing is.
All right, I'll YouTube the fight scenes then.
Yeah, YouTube the fight
Yeah.
scenes I think will be better.
That'd be fine.
But yeah, and and again, I do want to save time to talk about the movie at the end, because as far as like pacing goes, I think the movie did a really good job of just really kind of condensing everything.
Because if that's better pacing, then maybe the movie
Yeah, you
will
should
be better
definitely
pacing.
check out the movie.
Oh, the movie is
The
but-
live action, I mean.
Oh, yeah. Which maybe we can talk. I want to hear Nolan's thoughts on the Patreon episode about that too.
He went.
Because I'm really curious. I mean, I think I get a vibe. I get a sense. For,
I approve 100%.
Oh.
I also approve.
I like all I know so far is it's not like just the A-list celebrities. And
That's none.
I just like that.
Me too.
I hate when they're like, oh look, it's this guy. I'm like,
It's Tom Holland as Luffy.
oh good. I wouldn't have watched this if it wasn't for Tom Holland. They did that to Uncharted.
Yeah, and I know you're mad about Uncharted.
Although he does do a good job acting as him. It's just he looks like a child.
But yeah, you don't have anything to
I
like
agree.
really like reference or like call back to them being in, so they're not like already a character in your head.
Yeah.
They can be 100%. Luffy. And
Yeah. When it's a big name celebrity, you're like, oh, it's Chris Pratt pretending to be stretchy.
Be
Exactly.
Pikachu or some shit.
yeah.
Oh wait, no, that was Ryan Reynolds.
was
But
right?
Ryan Reynolds
Yeah.
was really good as Detective Pikachu.
because
I
Ryan
mean,
Reynolds
he's
is
good
like
at-
talented.
I mean,
Yeah, he's
yeah,
good at
but it's
everything
not
he
like he had to be faithful to like.
yeah, the Pikachu.
It's not like
Yeah.
he really captured the spirit of Detective Pikachu.
Chris Pratt just turned into a lame. Like he was always been a lame kind of, but then he actually turned into one. Like,
Yeah,
he's fully a
it's
lame
kinda
now.
sad.
Yeah.
It's a sad.
It's
It's,
a
a
sad
fall
fall.
from grace.
Sad fall.
Yeah.
It's a sad Sego.
So sad, Sayo.
Really quickly though, we also get an introduction to Dr. Kureha.
Yeah.
Kureha.
Kureha.
Is that the
Kureha.
witch doctor?
Yeah.
I liked how they said like, oh, she's like super old, and I'm always like, they're gonna be a child or something.
Yeah.
Just every time a fantasy story mentions an old doctor, I expect a child, and like the formula again makes. I like that she actually just looks like an old woman.
I like too that little touch of everybody saying she's 140 and then she's like, I'm 139. You know, it was just
Something about that spoke to you.
Something about it, you know, because when people just assume or like want to say that you're an age that you're not, I mean, a year makes a big difference. Yeah.
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 Oh, okay. It's like, what are you talking about?
I know you just wanted to get that out.
Oh, you just realized what we were talking about.
Oh, yeah.
She has her belly button pierced too, which I thought, you know,
Yeah, she's really killing it.
it's a way to
She
stay
killed
young.
it,
You know,
yeah.
she's trying to stay young. She's trying to stay hip. She's got a crop top on.
I feel like this has come up before. of being like, whoa, body piercing really makes them look younger, doesn't it? And then you kind of, your eyes kind of start glistening, and I see your mind starting to think. And
Well, the beauty about this
cry.
podcast is you can't see my belly button.
yes,
So-
that is the beauty of it.
You should definitely wear a midriff one day.
I'm down. I'm so down.
That'd be really funny.
A little too down, actually.
It would
should
be
do
very
that,
funny.
It would be
Should.
funny, and maybe that's not what I want it to be.
No, but that's what you said.
Maybe I want it to be sexy.
It could be both.
It can be both.
It could be.
It could be both.
It
But
might
what
not
if it's
be.
only one
One what?
Peace
piece?
is what we're reading.
We're bringing it back
That's
in.
what I'm
aren't
talking
we?
We're bringing it back.
Chopper.
Her introduction was kind of weird too because I didn't expect her to be as straightforward, or you know, she was all about the money and she was also about helping people. And when she saw that guy being a bad dad, she was like, "This guy sucks. This guy's the worst dad ever." And she takes like half of his
well, imagine
profit.
being 139 and being like, oh, I hope I don't offend them.
Yeah,
If you're like that old and you're still like, oh, I don't want to.
She doesn't.
I'm nervous.
Yeah, she doesn't care anymore.
yeah. I guess by that point you're like, these people don't know shit.
Yeah. If you're immortal, just imagine all the centuries of being like, oh, that's what I should have said.
Yeah, I think that's literally
Just-
her attitude.
Just 2
It's like
centuries.
everyone's a brat to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 centuries of having to think about it.
Yeah, 50 years ago, I should have just said that. You got it. That it wouldn't be worth it. It'd be way worse to not just say what you felt then.
Yeah, I mean that's a good point, dude. She's been around the block. Okay, and so
That's the way of saying it.
And I,
Straight up.
you know, and I think maybe, and you know, Megan pointed this out too. I think her and another character maybe had a little thing
Oh yeah.
in the past, but we'll get there.
Ooh, oh,
The quack.
The quack,
Oh, the quack. Oh.
With the duck.
Oh, maybe.
not the duck, but the other doctor, Dr. Hiraluk.
Hiruluk.
But anyway, she fixes up this kid. She, you know, this is just to get a sense of like, you know, who she is and what she cares about. Chopper's there too. Chopper helps. Chopper's he's in like reindeer form. They say that they've seen silhouetted, like a silhouetted sleigh and being pulled by a reindeer in the past. And you find out why and how that's possible later, which I thought was kind of cool. But then they leave, and Dalton and Nami and Usopp miss them. There's a scene too, and I don't know if it's around this part, but just I also didn't want to miss the hiking bear. Megan has the hiking bear
Oh,
written
I
down,
love that.
where
the
he
bear.
has them bow
Do
to
you
the
remember?
bear that's like hiking.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember?
The hiking bear.
Is that where? And then he just sort of like walks off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're like,
Yeah.
that's just it literally just cuts to a panel being like, yeah, that's just a hiking bear.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
that had.
Yeah, they're like, Megan started putting some pieces together too about like what the hiking bear could have potentially been.
Yeah, I was like, because we have Dalton, right?
Facts.
And then I was like, what if we have Chopper now, but that was later on down the road. I was like, so the hiking bear is a person.
She's like, the hiking bear ate a fruit. He ate the
That'd be
hike
cool.
Ate
fruit.
the hike fruit.
Hike.
Yeah. Yeah.
The hike fruit. Oh, not the bear fruit. The
No,
hike.
not the
Not
bear
fruit.
fruit.
No.
Oh, the hike.
No,
The walk.
the,
walk.
like, yeah, the
The
walk
walk,
fruit.
The walk.
So
The walk.
the bear ate a fruit that lets him walk.
She was just,
It was a jo- yeah, it was-
she was
it
just
was-
speculating.
It was not real. I'm glad that the hiking bear is just a hiking bear, and I was like, Oda, you madman, you fucking, you did it again. You made me
Wow,
That's the
laugh.
interesting part about this world is that could just be a bear that can
Yeah.
walk, or they'll be like, no,
Or it
of course it's not a bear that can walk. It was me in a suit the whole time.
Yeah.
And you never
That's
know what reality
literally
is going to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
And I also didn't want to brush over or skip the part where we get that panel of Vivi sort of like slapping the shit out of Usopp, and Usopp just there's that panel where his face is so swollen and he looks like Pops from regular show with his
did you
Just like Pops,
were they slaps? Because I read them as full on she was just straight up punching him.
Oh, she probably was. Yeah, she probably was
Doing
just
a
beating
lot of
the shit out of him.
Yeah,
But
it was interesting how like the friends that when they meet up they're like they don't like it seems like he got abused and they don't want to like they're dancing around the subject.
Yeah, it was just, I mean, it was just so funny. And even like seeing it in the movie, and because there were things that they cut out, but
they left that in.
They left that in. They know where the money's at.
Yeah, they left that in, and they left like when Sanji's like, "Oh, a woman needs a delicate touch," because I was like, "Are they gonna cut that out?" And I wrote it down because it was funny. They didn't. They kept it in.
It's also at this point too that Wapol comes back, so Dalton has to go back to the village to like make sure everything's okay, and that's when we see that he is what do you call it, a zone as well, and that he can transform into a bull, basically, which kind of
like
I forgot that
like a bull. Is it a bull? I think it is a bull actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a cow. It's like
Well,
full bull.
if you're a were-bull, aren't you still a were-cow?
Yeah, I mean bulls are of the cow family.
Yeah.
They
are.
What species is it?
If you're a
Because they're called
werewolf
different.
and you're like a were canine, like that's the definition that you're presenting.
Oh. But okay, so is a cow a species, but then female cows are just cows, but then male cows are bulls?
No.
Wait, are bulls not
cows,
male
you can
cows?
have male cows, right?
I thought a male cow.
I thought they
bull.
called male cows
Just
bulls.
like they call
Wait,
male
they call
chickens
bulls
roosters.
So cow, really?
Wait,
Yeah, but a rooster is a
but
chicken.
a rooster is a chicken.
Yeah, and a bull
roosters
is a cow.
roosters are always male.
Yeah, roosters
Yeah.
are always male. Hens are never male. So spotted cows, all
Spotted
women.
cows, all.
So yeah, because
No,
if
they're
you're a
not.
were rooster, you're still
They
a
might
were
be.
chicken.
They might be. Yeah.
Wow, dude. We need to write into the what is it, the SBS?
This is a little important.
Yeah, normally I'm on lycanthrope. You know,
I don't mind liking
technicalities.
shit. I feel you. You said I'm on my. What if Cody's like a monster hunter? He's actually been
he is.
fucking hunting monsters for like years.
He is.
I'm on like it shit.
But yeah, he runs back to the village. He turns into a bull.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which was kind of awesome. I forgot that
Yeah.
happened. Usopp and Vivi get lost. They're going to where they think the witch doctor went, which there is one like rope that's still connected to the castle there. And then it kind of cuts back in between like that happening and Sanji and Luffy, which we've already kind of talked about their interaction with the Lapins and how they were having that conversation before they started fighting. And the fight was really cool. And that's where that line comes into play where he's like, you have to be delicate, with what was it? What was the line?
A woman
exactly?
needs a delicate touch, and then he threw himself, and Luffy's like, Sanji! and then he gets a little messed up. Yeah.
Oh, a lot of messed up.
Yeah, he does. He has like a broken spine.
Yeah, I feel like at this point, every panel I saw was a character cry screaming.
Yeah.
With like their eyes just bulging out. It just seemed like everyone was communicating in like yelling tears.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Every character.
For sure.
Yeah.
It was an
everyone.
intense couple of
It
chapters.
really was.
Yeah.
The emotions were high. And the stakes were high.
Yeah. They say
and
emotions.
the snow, high.
Okay.
And Megan?
Fucking high.
Tony. A chopper.
Okay.
Tony.
But yeah, that's also where that scene comes into play where they're climbing up the mountain. Now Luffy has Sanji and Nami, and he comes across there's an awesome scene in the village that's happening too, where Wapol and Dalton have their standoff, and we find out that Dalton used to be one of his like royal guard or something along those lines, and he is a betrayer, and he wants to heal the nation a lot like another character that we meet later on. Chess fires some arrows into him. We're left to assume that Dalton is dead or dying. And then Wapol goes after the Straw Hats or goes back up to his castle where he comes across Luffy. And that's that moment where he says, where Luffy is, he wants to fight and he realizes he's got Sanji and he's got Nami. And he's like, I can't. Like they are more of a priority than like beating your ass right now. And he just
Another great moment.
a solid moment, yeah. And then he heads up to the castle. Yeah, I think around this point too in the story, he finally makes it up to the top, and the snow breaks away.
Yeah,
and
I thought they fell.
You thought they fell?
Yeah, and then I was like, oh no, they're fine.
Because they're rescued by
My man, Tony.
Yeah.
I was so excited the first time I saw him, and then the second time I saw him on the clip, and he's just like buff as fuck, and his like shadow over his face, like I drew it on. Right
Oh
here.
yeah.
And he's just looking at them.
Oh yeah, that's great.
What do you? Is there a term?
She wrote Dalton. No.
Yeah. Yeah. There's so much little trivia and like jokes in those notes.
Dalton, no. Or I wrote when Vivi got shot. Vivi more like owie.
Yeah, these are legitimately all written down.
These are all actually in the notebook.
Is there a term for when like a character in a shonen enters serious mode and then they get like more, they just get more shadow and then like they just get more, their muscles just get more defined? Is there a term for it?
No, I don't know.
It's shadow shonen syndrome.
Shadow shonen syndrome?
Shadow shonen syndrome.
Exactly.
It's an alliteration. I like it.
Exactly.
Indeed.
Because I don't know what you knew about Chopper going into this. I'm assuming not much. So when you saw him sort of in this reindeer form, or you saw him before, like not being that cute version of him that we've all seen, what was your first like thought? Like what was going through your head?
Oh, he's a werewolf. That's pretty cool. That's what was, I was like, because all I saw was him on like the cover. And then how people are like, oh, you're gonna love it, and Megan like being like, oh, there's a song for him. I'm like, okay, there's no way I'm gonna like this.
Yeah.
That he has Tony on his
Yeah. You don't like the song, dude?
I like the rhythm,
I like the remix.
but I hear that and I'm like, I will not like this guy. And then I'm like, is that a?
I fuck with Tony.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
He's awesome.
He's cool.
Yeah.
Amazing.
He goes crazy. He goes crazy.
And we see, I mean,
He goes nuts.
He goes nuts.
He goes chestnuts.
Honestly, that was pretty good.
On an open fire?
Fire.
Is that what you're trying to go?
Fire.
He pulls him in.
This is such a great Christmas episode.
Yeah, it is.
Maybe we'll save it until Christmas. We'll release it on Christmas Day.
What are we gonna talk about? Thanksgiving?
We can talk about that on Christmas.
Yeah, you guys should talk about Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we should switch it up. Keep them on their toes.
Mm-hmm.
But we see, that they take him in, and that they're, or at least that the Dr. Kureha is taking care of them and like patching them up and everything. Like I said, Dalton and everybody back in the village is worried that Wapol is back. That's the worst thing that can happen to them. Zoro, by the way, has been decided to take a dip and is now, like, for the first time, sort of entering the story. And he's cold and he has no shirt on and he's looking for a jacket.
You know what's funny is now I read mangas and then I see a shirtless guy and I just like, oh, Megan will like that.
Did you like that? Were you a fan?
Yeah, of course. It's Zoro.
He's got a scar across his chest. I'm like, oh yeah, that's.
And he's cold.
Give him a jacket.
Yeah, I'll give him a hug.
Megan, is this the persona that you're trying to
She's
make on this?
yeah. She's
What
trying
are
to-
you talking
right
about?
Yeah, this is what she's been putting out for a
Are
long
you
time.
serious?
Yeah.
What do you say?
I didn't know about this.
Yeah, dude, she's been
You-
doing it for
Fuck.
a long time.
You just don't know the real me.
Oh, shit.
Whatever.
Primo.
Primo.
Family drama.
Hanging out with a bunch of gringos.
What the heck?
What the heck? Half gringos.
Half gringos.
Half gringos.
That's just gringo. That's fine.
I'm a gringo.
I've given up.
I'm gringo.
Well,
yeah,
Megan's a loca.
I am a loca.
You are certified.
Okay.
Yeah, so
like that.
that's
Tony,
happening.
Tony.
Zoro shows up, has a badass fight with
Yes.
these guards.
Yes.
And you find out that it's all just so he can
Yeah.
get a jacket, which is
His
funny
nipples
and
are really
cool.
nice.
His nipples are nice. His body's nice.
Mhm.
You know, he's scarred. The scars really do. Like, if the camera adds 10 pounds, then scars, I think, take away 10 pounds.
Yeah,
I feel like.
Shit,
yeah,
yeah.
We need
yeah.
to get you scarred up, boy.
Scarred up.
Yeah. Really?
It was your idea.
It was your idea.
You said it.
I said that it makes you look skinnier, and then you said we should give you scars. Well, at
The
least
sentence
I'd rather
gave
have
you
scars
scar.
that people could see than ones that,
Wow.
ones that are below the
Damn.
surface.
Mental scars.
Anyway.
Touche, Michael.
Anyway.
Touche.
Sorry, I
Michael.
had to go there.
I had it coming.
It's also at this point too when they get up there to the
It's funny.
top, and Wapol is back up there. We're speeding through it just for time's sake, but that we finally get the Chopper backstory that we all need and we all want. And this is the heart of it. This is the heart of the arc for sure.
Heart of the arc.
Heart of the arc, heart of the cards. We find out that there was another character who was like a father to Chopper, Dr. Hiraluk, who we meet and we see was like a bit of a criminal and wasn't
quack,
really. Yeah,
one could say.
He looks like a voodoo doctor.
Yeah,
Got that voodoo
got the hat
vibe.
on.
Yeah.
yeah,
But-
not a great doctor.
Yeah, not a great doctor,
Not
but
the
he's just
best.
trying his best. He has a good heart, you know? That's what matters.
Yeah, and he comes across Chopper, and we find out more about him and how he was sort of an outcast his whole life, and that these rude ass
his whole
reindeer.
life. His whole reindeer life, he was an outcast because he had a blue. He was a fucking outcast even before he ate the fruit.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. What was it? He had a
He had,
reindeer-y life.
yeah, like he had a.
Yeah.
I think the
Something
blue
there.
nose.
Something there, yeah.
Like people just didn't. The reindeer didn't fuck with him anymore because he
wouldn't-
ate the human fruit, and then they noticed what he looked like, and they were
Yeah.
like, ugh.
And I think it's a good metaphor for being in between worlds.
Yeah.
In between cultures.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And you never fit in with
Ah.
one.
Well, yeah, dude. Now that you say that, yes.
And then what is his ability? To constantly shift between them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And maybe we should.
We should find the something I'm not going to say. But I think
Yeah, I think.
I think that has a lot of potential.
And I think if we did say it, first of all, I think it'd be something that we could say. Number one.
Wait, what do you mean? What do you
We're
mean?
not gonna say it.
What are you talking about?
Just
we'll
well, he
move on.
ate the human fruit, and that's
Yeah,
The
so
mix fruit?
actually, yeah, sure, yeah.
Oh, the Tex-Mex fruit.
Okay, all right. That's a more PG version of
That was good.
I think what we were gonna say.
I want to hear what you have to say, but anyway, continue.
I just wanted to know what everyone thought would happen when you eat the human fruit as a human.
It'd be cool if you're just like peak human.
Like you become like
your
Captain
brain,
America,
like
or-
Captain America. Like
Oh, yeah.
your literal human condition is like peak.
I was
peak,
thinking
peak,
of-
peak,
You unlock
peak,
your
right?
peak.
'Cause
Because I was doing this peak.
Peak.
Because when you become
Peak
a
human.
werewolf, you know you don't. When you turn into the wolf, you don't become like the punk version of a wolf. You get like you get the coolest one.
Mm-hmm.
So if you
The cool thing about Chopper is that he's a doctor and he's able to tap into his devil fruit ability with his medical knowledge. It's weird. So you know the rumble balls he had.
Yeah,
That's literally like him literally manipulating his
transformation.
like transformations. Like he's like tapping into like the full potential of what his fruit can do.
of the human mind,
And like if someone just
Yeah.
ate it, like you still have to have the knowledge to do what he does with the forms and stuff.
Mm.
Like you can't do like I forget what specific moves he does in this arc, but yeah, like there's a lot of things that you can't do without like the knowledge. And
Yeah.
you figure that out.
If you were a human doctor and you
Mhm.
ate it, and maybe you could tap.
Maybe
into
you
some
can
of
tap
those.
into that.
Yeah, and you could be like.
But if you're
Captain
just a
America
regular
mixed with
dude,
the
you're not
Hulk.
going to get the effects of the fruit.
would I just become like 6'4"?
Yeah, I think
That's
That's the
what
perfect human height.
I become-
Everyone loves that height.
Yeah, I become I just become. The people are like, "How tall are you?" And I'm like,
6'4".
"I'm definitely not 5'7".
So wow, you would that'd be the only benefit
That's
to
it.
eating
Well,
the
also-
human
That's all
fruit.
you
It
need.
would be
That's all you
life-changing.
need. That's all
Well,
you
also-
fucking need, bro. I'm for real.
That would be amazing.
I also
That's
don't
all
think
you
you
need.
need glasses either.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
You still want the glasses if you're 6'4"? Okay, good luck.
Yeah, it would probably fix that too. You know.
I don't think it would.
It's not a bad look.
I would
No.
become peak human, which means I would still need glasses.
I would be 6'4".
I would be 6'4".
6'4" with glasses.
You'd probably get some more ass too.
Oh, you probably and
Get some
yeah.
more asses with the
That's
glasses.
what he's talking
And now
about.
I like it. And
I'm talking
now
about
I
his
like
ass,
it.
like literally his donk, his personal donk.
You would get
Not,
your own.
not he's
more
not him
personal-
getting laid. I'm literally talking about his booty, like his
Oh, I'm
actual
fine with
bro.
what I got there, but
I think we
Oh.
both assume.
Like a little confidence.
Oh yeah. Cody is oddly
go.
confident about his ass.
What about
dude.
ass?
I've
Okay.
gotten multiple compliments from guys who were interested, but I hold on to those.
Good
Yeah, sure. Why
shit.
wouldn't you? That's the highest compliment.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Anyway, Cody does have a great ass. Moving on. Moving on.
Wait, what did you guys think would happen with
Well,
if
I
you
mean,
ate the fruit? Because I think I would become 6'4".
I do think that you'd be peak human. I do think that you'd be like again Captain America, maybe manipulating, maybe a little
Yeah.
bit of like maybe you'd have a little more control
Maybe
over
it
it,
could
like
be
the
a
Hulk.
big human.
Maybe
Like,
you'd be
you
a
can
really
make
big human, and you'd have like you'd be like
twice as
Professor
tall.
Hulk.
Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be crazy.
Megan, what
Well,
do you
I'm
think?
already 6'4", so I think
Feel that?
maybe I would just be even more on top of my pun game. You know?
It would
Yeah.
it would enhance your inner qualities.
It would enhance my inner qualities, and I'd be able to manipulate it whenever I would like.
Captain America is like one of the least funny heroes, but he has like a computer brain. I'm like, how are you not getting these like puns off right now? It's crazy to me.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
should-
they just have one scene of him looking at a map and being like, "I memorized it." After that, it's just like They
Yeah.
never mentioned that.
Captain
He should be
America
very
also-
smart.
Bro, he just watches YouTube for like a day and then he'd be one of the funniest people on the planet.
For real. Also,
Yeah,
Captain
oh,
America,
Pick
yeah.
and choose like
That notebook is just full of memes. People told him
yeah,
to catch up
literally.
on.
Captain America also fond of his own ass, I think.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
He's like, I know it's not.
Yeah, I know I'm packing.
He literally said it in the fucking movie. That's
Captain
crazy.
Ass Erica.
Whew. Ask Erica.
Yeah, who's Erica?
You got
Who
ask
the
Erica.
fuck is Erica?
Yeah.
Ask Erica.
I don't know. You got to ask her.
Go ask her.
Ask Erica.
Go ask her.
To get through it
Captain.
really quick, too, just this heartfelt moment, because I do think this is the
yeah.
emotional crux of the
Very
arc.
good. Very good.
We find out
backstory.
more about Hiralik and just his relationship with Chopper. He finds
Yeah.
Chopper half dead, and Chopper beats the shit out of him.
He
which is another
really
emotional
does.
moment. Yeah.
like, oh my god.
And then
I'm
he decides to get naked, which power move. I get that. You
Mhm.
know?
Shit.
That's how you assert dominance in a fight.
Absolutely. That's how you know you're of no threat. You mean no harm.
Mhm.
You know, and so if you have somebody that you are worried about, you know, maybe frightening, then try, you know, derobing and
Yeah.
just see how it plays out for you.
Do it in public too. Don't forget.
Yes,
Don't
do it in
forget.
public. Do it in
Yeah.
public. The more eyes, the safer. I
Yeah.
think,
Yeah.
everybody would feel.
Mhm.
And you know what? I'm going to cut that out. I'm going to cut that out. But he's there. They form this bond. He takes care of him. He's so cute. Chopper feels loved. Chopper feels cared about. Chopper
Oh.
feels like he finally has somebody in his life that doesn't hate him. Or
He literally thinks like that's my dad.
I was dying. You have no idea. I was literally reading the manga, and then just that little scene when he wakes up in the bed, he's so small and cute, and he wakes up and
Yeah,
he's
he
just
wakes
like
up.
looking around, and then he sees the bread, and then he just like takes a chunk, and
takes
he
a
just starts
chunk.
fucking bawling. Are you kidding me? I was like, oh my god, my heart hurt so bad.
You drew it down here.
Drew
too.
it. He even drew.
Yeah, I don't know how
Let's
well you'd
see.
be able to see it.
Switch
But,
the camera.
It's sad.
yeah, Megan's notebook
He
full of
looks-
gems.
Looks so sad.
Full of gems.
He
this
looks
was
so
so sweet,
happy
though.
and sad, like so
Yeah.
amazing.
This was really, really sweet, and it was really sweet. You know, again in the movie and the manga,
Mhm.
it was I don't know, so well done. Just to see, just to see this emotional side of this character, and Dr. Hiralik too, someone who it's
Mhm.
kind of sad that he's not sticking around. But
Yeah, true.
But yeah, so he has this dream, or tells Chopper about this legend of this criminal who would steal, and the irony was that as much as he stole and as much money as he was able to acquire, he couldn't heal himself of this like terminal disease until he came across these like sakura blossoms that cured him, and now he's trying.
Sakura blossoms?
Yeah, or
Yeah, it's called Sakuras.
Is that like a pun on Sakura Blue?
well, it could be. It could be.
Pun masters at this table today. Huh?
Sakura blue.
Sakura blue.
Well, what color were they?
Well, check this out, dude.
Pink.
Sakura blossoms are pink, but check this out, dude. What color is Chopper's nose?
Well,
Sakura blue. And you combine Dr. Hiralik and Chopper, and you get Sakura blue.
Yeah,
and that's his.
that's a fact.
That's the form he unlocked.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah, we cracked the code. Oda, you're welcome.
Yeah, you thought you were slick, bro.
Yeah, Cody's like, oh, don't say that. Yeah, and you know, it's a beautiful moment to just to see them getting closer and closer and closer over a year's time, and how their bond grew stronger, and how Chopper really just took to this man, and this man took to him, and they have a father-son relationship. And you know, Hiralik is on his own mission to cure the nation, and that's kind of what this arc is. Drum Island was a place that was known for its medical advances, and it's about like, you know, healing Chopper's heart, healing the nation.
Hey, it sounds like some sort of banned movie plot.
Mm.
Kind of does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
On a mission to
Literally,
heal.
and it ends with like fireworks. That's funny.
And it really does.
It ends with fireworks in the summertime.
Yeah.
And I
That's literally how it ends.
have had this shirt buttoned the wrong way this entire time.
I'm sure nobody would
Hey, it
notice.
happens.
But now all the comments are going to be about that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fix this.
But yeah, in you know, as their bond grows and as time passes, Chopper gets better and better and better, and has to like set out on you know, his own mission, I guess, which he is very reluctant to do. And it's a very sad moment when Dr. Hirlik sort of rejects him and tells him like, hey, you're better now. Like, go do whatever you want to do. Go be your own person. But it's also because like, you know, he's dying too. And he doesn't want Chopper to have to like watch the only friend he's ever had die before his eyes.
I was also shook. I was like, why are you doing this? Like,
Mm.
and he's like outside yelling, like, I'll clean I'll do anything you want me to. Just please let me in. And he's like the sub voice actress. She's just like just like crying. Her Chopper's cries are so intense.
Oh yeah.
Like literally like so sad.
Yeah. The voice actors I like a lot.
Yeah, Megan was in tears.
And then the doctor's like, I'm sorry, please forgive me, Chopper. And it's like, that's his son and his baby.
You okay? You all right?
Coming back
Go
again.
back.
It was a touching moment, and what made it
Relax.
even sadder.
It's good.
Yeah, she's gonna start crying again.
I'm good.
What made it even sadder is
It's
that
sad as
Chopper, overhears. He overhears the two doctors, Kureha and Hiruluk, talking, and how she's gonna extend his life a little bit. Chopper overhears them talking and has heard or recalled hearing earlier about this mushroom that he goes on this hunt to find, and he gets beat up in the process and comes back to give him this like cure all, or what he believes to be a cure all. And Hiruluk, just to be a good friend and a good dad, I guess, drinks this soup made from this mushroom, and then sets off to go
Bye.
just run some errands or whatever. Talk about a dad who went to the liquor store and never came back.
Yeah, what the heck?
Wow.
And
Yeah,
then
Hiruluk went to
Chopper's
go get some cigarettes.
Chopper's so tragic.
Chopper's just so,
Chopper's tragic.
and he's just in the bed. He's like, I'm gonna become a doctor.
Yeah.
And he's just in the bed all happy. And then what's her name? Kureha?
Oh yeah,
Kureha?
Kureha.
Yeah, Kureha, she comes in and he's like trying to run away. She's like, no, I already know about you. Like, what's going on? Where's the doctor? And he's like, he was out. He's gonna go out. And then you find out that the mushroom that he gave him was not good.
Well, yeah, that the mushroom was, and that's also a very sweet moment, and the way it's played in the manga is beautiful too, because you find out that the reason that Chopper thought it was going to be this cure-all, because Hiruluk has raised his own Jolly Roger against all diseases, and he's talked about how with this skull and crossbones, like anything is possible, any disease can be cured when you raise this flag.
Yeah, basically like anything is possible.
Anything is possible.
Like that's like the motto of most significant pirates, is that I know, like in my reality, I know that I can to achieve the things that I want to achieve. I'm going to do things that people have said are impossible. But
Yeah.
I'm going to do them anyway.
Yeah.
Which is not only the main mindset of Luffy, but at the end of the day is the mindset of everybody on the crew.
Yeah.
Because they want to achieve their dreams
Mhm.
at the end of the day. And a pirate flag represents that, everything about that to them.
And that has some significance later on too, and just like how much Luffy cares about the any Jolly Roger, any because it is a symbol of someone's dream or their ambition or what
Their ambition.
what they're fighting for. But Chopper saw the skull and crossbones and assumed that was what meant that it was going to be this cure all, that it was going to be this thing that was going to help Hiruluk, but it was obviously a symbol for poison, and so he's got only moments to live or day hours to live, I guess.
Chopper finding that out the first time was really sad.
Yeah,
like
dude.
that was like that specific moment when he found out that it was poison and that he was like devastated, especially because at that point, like I was watching the show and I'm like, I was just like, oh, like by Arlong Park, I was like, there is really good emotional moments that if I saw in like a movie, I would be just as like, I would be really impressed. I'd be like, this is definitely a scene to like help you connect with the character. Like this is definitely like, this is what makes them human and what makes them good characters and characters you could watch forever, is that they just continue to be really emotionally resonant. Emotionally resonant,
like
with
resonates
like
with
a
you,
lot of
yeah.
different mentalities. It's like really dope.
Yeah. Hell yeah. And it was a beautiful, sad moment. But what made it even more sad, I think, is Hiruluk going up the mountain, because Wapol had played this trick on him where he said that all the 20 doctors were sick, and he went up there to like take care of him. Yeah, they're always just like this.
Ready for surgery.
Yeah, it's funny.
Just so you know,
there's
they're
like 20 of
doctors.
them. They're like,
They're like,
Yeah.
we are forced to do doctor work.
they're like,
We're forced
they're
to
literally explaining like this. They're like, we Wapol just told us to come out. Like, we're just trying to like make do. Like the whole time we're just showing.
But the glasses are like, we didn't want to do it.
We didn't want to do it.
Yeah. They get up there and he realizes that it's all been a trap, that it was all a ruse. And he has this beautiful speech about what can kill a man. Like, it's not going to be guns. It's not going to be a mushroom. what can kill him. When a man doesn't truly die until he's no longer remembered.
Yeah,
and then
he's
he drinks
forgotten.
this like potion or something that he's concocted. He's also, by the way, in the meantime, he's sort of mastered his cure all or whatever, his medicine, whatever he was trying to do, he did and gave it to Kureha and said, make more of this and train Chopper in medicine.
Yeah.
This is I don't know. Because I don't think I'm pronouncing it right, but panacea. Panacea is what I'm going to go with. That's like the old timey term for a cure all.
Oh, really?
Ah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That
That sounds.
You said panacea.
Yeah. How do you pronounce it? Panacea.
I'm not
Panama.
sure.
No,
What do you mean?
There's a thing
I think
Like
you're-
penicillin?
that might be why it's called that.
I think
but,
that's why.
there's
like placebo, right?
placebo is the opposite
it's
of
the
we
opposite,
could
right?
talk about the placebo effect all day long. But there's I think it's Greek, but there was just a term for like a mystical cure all. And
I'm gonna
it's
look
called
that up.
panacea. I don't know if
Peninsula.
Because if
pan-
that's true,
Panna cotta.
that's crazy.
Well, there has to be a word for it for sure.
Pen.
but
maybe
yeah.
our good friend autocorrect will.
Yeah, maybe
bail
I can
me out of
sing
this.
Tony Chopper while you guys are listening. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
Maybe we can.
I'm just kidding.
No, they will talk while we do this.
But yeah, so it's a beautiful moment, and again, just for time's sake, I want to power through the rest of this. But
It's always funny where I'm like, oh, we're only at 30 minutes. I guess is there? Oh, now we've almost stepped over the line.
Yep.
Panacea.
Panacea, you were right.
Yeah, it's panacea.
Yeah,
Mhm.
fuck yeah. Maybe just believe in yourself a little bit more.
You're right.
Got him. Brr, brr, brr.
It's also not a god.
See,
moment,
it's like
but-
no, he didn't get me. He just
He got you, dude. He got you for sure. What the heck? It's kind of embarrassing.
And we're kind of just there are things just for people watching and listening. There are things that we are skipping over, little moments like the hippo and those other cute moments. I think that people, there's the moment where Dalton remembers having seen Vivi somewhere and she was part of this like royal council, and
like she went to a thing called the World Conference,
Yes.
or like Reverie,
and that's where they talked about Dragon.
Mhm.
But what were you gonna say, Cody?
Oh yeah, like I think this arc was at least like second, if not like the first. It's hard to decide, but like I think the epigraph story or whatever, the thing that happens in the beginning, where you're like, oh, it's like this character. I thought that was the least interesting one of the beginning stories.
Right. Of everything else that happened in this arc, you mean?
Well, yeah. Well, because like in other ones, it would be like, oh, here's like that Navy guy training, and then here's like Buggy escaping.
the cover story, like
yeah.
the cover story?
What's the term?
Django.
Django. Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought that one was like.
Django. Yeah, that one's alright.
Yeah.
Like seeing what was
That
happening
was
with Kobe and
You'll
Yeah.
know the significant ones when they happen
yeah.
because they're way more interesting than just like fucking Django.
Yeah, Django
Just
was just
showing
like
hard eyes.
Yeah.
Django was just like he
Yeah.
started a band or something.
He went to
like that.
he went to the fucking
Yeah, it
what
was
is
a
it?
random-
What is
The
it?
cover stories are great to just look at, though.
Micro
They're
Ball
funny.
Island.
Yeah.
I just look through like go on the wiki and they just have like the images of like all the cover stories, and then you just literally just click
Yeah.
and click through the cover. That's how I
That's kind of sick
Congested.
though. That'd be a better way to just, I guess, digest.
then
it
just
all.
like notice it, and you're literally just focusing on what the contents of the actual chapter.
Yeah.
But he drinks that concoction, that potion, whatever, explodes. Chopper comes up, he's mad, he tries to take everybody out. Dalton stops him and is crying over him and is like saying like you're don't do this, like don't sacrifice, don't become another sacrifice like for this nation, like leave and like come back and like help us fix this.
Yeah.
Don't throw your life away. And it was a beautiful moment too, because it was also the moment that Dalton kind of like got outed, I guess, or like got thrown in the brig or whatever, and was labeled as like a traitor or whatever. And what was also really cool about all of this happening is that Luffy in the manga, Luffy is like, he starts like, it's the word bullet, I guess, and it starts with like BUL as he's about to hit him, and then you have this whole story, which is like almost a full volume of backstory. And then when it ends, it's like the rest of the word bullet. Like it just
that was lit.
It was just really cool.
Yeah, the fight scenes were probably my favorite in this arc.
Yeah, hands
like,
down.
Hands down. I mean, it was also because of the emotional stakes, but like
Then
in
Chopper doing his
general,
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like-
Chopper's fights brought it up.
so
dude.
amazing.
I don't know what I also just didn't bug me as much as far as like Luffy just winning.
Mhm.
It just I think Chopper like in the fights just spiced it up
Mhm.
enough.
Yeah, and that's, speaking of that fight, that's kind of where we're at again. Like it cuts back. They're Luffy. It's like Luffy versus Wapol and Chopper versus Chess and Kuromarimo. And one of them is like uses like static electricity and hair, and Chess will fire off a fire arrow because the hair is flammable, and they're great teamwork. And then we find out that
random.
It was so random, but that's what I love about it. It's like that. It's like the booger,
Exactly.
exploding boogers again.
Yeah, Baroque works.
and
Baroque works is random as hell.
All
great.
their abilities are so random, and we get to finally meet what is it, Mr. Bon Clay later on.
Number
too.
two.
Yeah, number 2.
Mr. 2.
And we also find out that Wapol's
Mr.
ability
Two.
is that anything that he eats, he's not just eating stuff, but that he can sort of like weaponize it, and he can like he turns into this like house that's got cannons and everything, and even like takes the 2 of his like henchmen, he eats them, and then
His fruit's kind of crazy.
his fruit's kind of like
he eats himself at one point. No.
Yeah, he does.
oh yeah.
Yeah, he does to get slimmer.
He literally does.
And then yeah.
I saw the look.
I didn't.
Oh my god.
For everybody listening,
This is also
This
a
is
big
a
point of
thing. Yeah.
contention.
No.
right
Yeah.
now.
It really is.
I didn't even say anything.
You didn't, but I just
You
wanted.
didn't have to.
Yeah, you didn't have to.
Exactly. You didn't.
I just
have
wanted
to.
people listening to know that I registered it.
It's just a suggestion.
That I should eat myself. That I'm so fat I should eat myself. If I could, I would.
Yeah, I bet.
I'm so fat.
Oh.
A lot of us have
That
tried.
was a Gotti.
We've all tried.
Yeah, we
That
all
might have been
tried.
Gotti.
Everyone has tried.
Everyone has tried.
That's sick.
That is sick. And Nolan, you've tried too. Don't lie.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you for being honest, dude.
Yep.
Yeah, this fight was awesome, dude. This fight was so sick. And it's even funny how they come out on like they're like fused together, but it's like, oh, they're just piggybacking on each other. And the fight was awesome, not just because of like the rumble ball and seeing Chopper tap into those transformations, but also to see Luffy on top of the castle, like defending the Jolly Roger and saying that you can't just destroy someone's dreams this easily. They fire a cannon directly at him, and that's where he has that shonen, what do we call it? Shonen what syndrome?
Shonen Shadow Syndrome.
Triple S.
Triple S.
Triple S.
I feel like that could be risky.
Triple S.
Triple S?
Triple S.
I feel like,
Triple S.
Triple.
well, that.
S.
Now I'm back on board.
That.
Now I'm back.
Now I'm back.
Yeah, he does a shadow shonen stare.
Shadow Shonen Star.
And it was another really badass moment for
Yeah.
Luffy.
And Chopper's like, this is what it is to be a pirate. Like, sweet.
Yeah.
Like, Chopper's just
He's like,
realizing.
this is everything I want.
Yeah.
And for the sake of like not going through beat by beat during the fight, it was a great fight, and it showcased really the highlight of it was just like Chopper and using, like you said, his medical mind to unlock more transformations, because I think the zone fruits or whatever only allow for like 3 transformations, but he's unlocked 7. And he does one that's like focusing on his arms, or one that's focusing on his speed, or one that's focusing on his mind. And it was very cool to see, very awesome to see. They whoop everybody's ass. Wapol takes a long time to get to just get beat.
Yeah, to get out of here.
Get out of here, dude. He was like roaming around the castle a lot. Nami stole a key from him. It was just like there was so many like, can he be dead now? Can he be defeated now?
Yeah.
But even at the very end, when he finally was defeated, it was a very celebratory moment. Not only because obviously he was so bad for the kingdom, and now the kingdom is freed, and we see Dalton and everybody who's kind of rushed up there celebrating. But it's also the moment where Dr. Kureha decides to finally unveil Dr. Hierolich's cure-all, or his cure for the nation.
He has 30 years of work.
30 years of work.
Yeah. It's like,
Why'd you look at me like that when you said 30 years of work? Like,
I didn't even mean it like that. I didn't even mean it like that.
that could be a term for you.
I was.
yeah, 30 years of work.
That's your biography.
That's pretty
That's
good,
so long.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I didn't realize. Yeah, I thought he was a doctor, not a freaking, capitalist or.
Yeah, he's a quack. They say he's a quack. So
Yeah, he is a quack,
He
but
is
he's
a
a quack. He's gonna give me a heart attack because my heart almost exploded like the cannons.
yeah, when he died.
When he died.
When he
and
died,
then
when he
they-
got exploded himself. Yeah.
Yeah, when he kamikazed himself.
Mhm.
And we get that really good scene with obviously before this happens, we get a little bit of Chopper being like, I can't do anything. I'm just a reindeer. I can't. And then Luffy's like, I don't care if you're a reindeer dog. Like, come join me. And he's like, and then he cries again. And then he goes up to talk to the doctor. And she's like, fine, leave then. Like, you're never going to be anything. I'm not going to let you leave. And that just helps her like deal with saying goodbye to her like son.
Definitely,
pretty
that's a
much,
Cody
again.
move, I feel like.
Yeah.
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 No, that's what you do is you ignore emotions.
Yeah, and then
That's
when
best for
everybody leaves, that's when you cry.
Yeah, of course. That's what I watch in anime.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
When you're alone.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I don't know. On a loop, I'll watch just this commercial, this like Korean or Thailand
I
commercial.
think I know what you're talking about.
And I'll watch it and every time I just like,
They have the most emotional.
the one with veggie
commercials.
soup.
I think you showed me, but I can't remember.
Yeah.
There's another one with like a car crash that's like in reverse. That's really like
Yeah.
awful, and it's like for insurance.
That's right.
And I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Beautiful moment.
We got to show it to Megan.
Yeah, we should.
Mhm.
Maybe
Yeah.
I'll show her on the Patreon episode.
That would be great because
You want me to cry?
it doesn't. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, people want to
What
see the
the
tears.
heck?
People are paying for the tears.
Yeah. Then what do you think they subscribe to Patreon?
They want us all to be crying about every chapter of One Piece. This is what they want.
Yeah, that's what the people want.
Every arc, everybody should be having tears, and it's only natural.
I mean, Megan literally did have tears this arc, though.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
real.
no, that
Because
Chopper
it
did fuck
is the
me up.
saddest shit. The thing about Chopper is just nobody really accepting him. Like he was been isolated from the world, literally for he didn't
whole
really
life.
feel like
He's
his
a
own countryman.
Baby.
And he's just a kid, man.
He's just a little kid. And
He's just a little kid.
reindeer, and he's so
And
cute.
he's like very insecure about the term monster, being called a monster, because
Yeah.
they literally he looks like Sasquatch himself.
Yeah, and that was
Yeah,
another
they
cool
shoot
moment
at him.
Sasquatch
when they were
himself.
asking
So they
about
really-
Luffy stretching,
Mhm.
and Sanji was like, "Yeah, he's kind of like a
Like a monster.
Yeah,
And then,
Bakemono.
and then there's one scene where like Luffy and then we're freaking out that he was like a rare reindeer, and they're like, "What the fuck? It's literally a monster." And he's like, "Ah," but then he's like, Luffy's like, "I need that dude on my crew right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I need that fool
I
on
literally
my
need that
ship.
fool on my crew right now."
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it was kind of like he was also doing it again at the very end of this arc too. He's like yelling for Chopper, and he's like, "Join
He's
us!"
like, "Shut the
join
fuck
us."
up."
Megan actually does a good
Shut up.
Japanese or a good dub Luffy.
Yeah, see, that's why I'm hesitant to watch the anime.
He's like,
I mean, she.
I can't do it. I
Yeah,
I
the
don't know what
pressure's
to
on right
say.
now, and I
Yeah,
feel
you
like,
put it.
Megan, initiate impression.
yeah.
Go.
I can't do it.
Do it.
Yeah,
I
it's-
can only
we're not
do
moving on.
Chopper.
Okay, do Chopper. There you go. That was kind of good. That was kind of good. And Chopper finally says, "Okay," he agrees. And that's when, him and Kureha have that moment, and they, she's throwing knives at them, and they're running down the mountain, and that's when you realize that the sleigh is them running down the rope, and that because it's like silhouetted by the moon, that it looks like the sleigh is like flying through the night sky.
Just like really creative.
Yeah,
Just
very
random
creative.
references, like
Dashing
all,
through the air.
all making a cohesive story.
Oh, so cute.
And of course, she's loading the cannons with the potion, the concoction,
Yeah.
the sakura blossoms.
Now it's a new country. It's not called Drum anymore.
What's the new name?
It's called the Sakura Kingdom.
Oh, is it really?
Now it's the Sakura. All the blossoms are flying.
Oh my god. Maybe they said that and I missed that, but that's
What's
fitting.
important?
They said
Well, it's important and it's also fitting.
they got to get rid of the country. Got to make a new country.
Important, and it's also
It's important. It's also fitting.
God.
But yeah, and it's this beautiful
I'm
moment,
scared.
and what a
Yeah, that happens every now and
beautiful
then.
climax to this arc, and seeing the snow slowly turn pink and fall, and just getting to see Chopper on the merry-go and being a part of the crew now.
He's fucking crying his eyes out.
Crying
Yeah.
his eyes out, just being like, Doctor!
Because he had that moment of doubt too, where he's like, "Is this even real?" Or was that
Crying
another
to the
lie?
sky.
Yeah.
Literally crying to the sky. Yeah, in the anime, that's literally what he sounds like, actually.
Oh my God.
funny. He's literally, he sounds like a kid that's crying. It's like,
And I love how
It's so
his
sad.
voice doesn't change when he transforms into the big
No, it
human.
doesn't.
It's just the same cute little voice.
no,
I am
his-
obsessed.
There's so much like more personality to Chopper that you don't even like see in this art.
I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. I can't get enough.
Yeah.
Mhm. He's a great addition, man.
He's
Just
and he
like
fits
everyone
right
else.
in.
in
He
the
slots
crew.
right in, I feel like.
Yeah, he does.
I like that the doctor's a werewolf.
Yep. The doctor, they
The
go
doctor's
They go
in.
crazy. The doctor is in, y'all. Chopper
Doctor is the werewolf.
Tony
within.
Tony is in.
The Doctor is the werewolf within.
The doctor is
is
the
a
werewolf.
Which is a movie. Yes. Not a necessarily a great movie, but it is a movie.
It is.
It
in
is
A
existence.
film.
It is a
Mhm.
film.
it is
Mhm.
60 minutes long or 70 minutes long or 120 minutes long.
I think it was 120, but it felt longer.
120 minutes long.
Well, yeah, that's like an hour and a half, right?
That's 2 hours.
Oh God.
That's 2 hours.
Because an hour
it's
is
60 minutes.
And then you add
didn't
60
know.
times
okay,
2.
yeah, we know. Yeah, I suck at math.
It catches you off guard because you think it's a bit.
Yeah.
And then
No.
Okay,
That,
all right.
that shit long.
couldn't add
shit
2
long.
hours.
Okay.
couldn't do the math on that one.
Anyway, beautiful
Yikes.
conclusion, and it's not over yet. Everybody's story gets resolved
Yeah.
in a very heartfelt way. But also there is a cutback to Alabasta,
Yeah.
Crocodile, and
in the last
Robin,
chapter.
or what I guess who I've spoiled to be Robin, and of
You
course,
did.
okay, what's about 50-50 in the vote?
It's not.
It's
okay.
hard to
Then people
navigate,
don't get
y'all.
to decide what you did.
It's
or you
hard
did.
to navigate this shit.
Maybe-
Okay, this fucking
Thank
series has
you.
been out for decades, literally
you.
decades, y'all.
Thank
And
you.
this is literally the first real, like,
This is the first
arc.
real arc, yeah.
The first arc where you feel like, okay, it seems like they're gonna have their biggest challenge yet, by far.
And that's what I can't wait for us to all get to.
Like, how do you even?
But-
Because he fought Smoker
Oh yeah,
in Logtown, and he was like, I don't see how you hit him. You can't. He
And-
has like a certain type of devil fruit,
and Smoker's still out there. Smoker's still,
and Smoker is still out there.
and also who else is
Smoke
out
it.
there is
Smoke it.
there's another person who was in Drum Island or the Drum Kingdom a couple days or maybe a couple weeks
Oh,
before.
he was like looking for Luffy.
yeah,
Yeah.
and he calls himself Ace.
Ace, I know that name.
Ace.
And without giving
That's a
anything
name I
away
know.
about
Okay.
about who
Ace in my hole.
is, that's disgusting.
Is
Did you have to say my?
Yeah, why
Was
did you
that
say
Why
Ace?
did you have to say my?
It's first. Yeah, it's ace in your
No,
sleeve or
it's in
something.
the
Ace
hole.
in the hole.
Ace in the hole. Ace up your sleeve. You went with.
Ace in my hole. Wow. It's just incredible too. And at the end of the episode,
I'd have Ace in my hole.
I mean, Ace is awesome, and I can't wait for us
A
to meet
real
Ace.
ace hole move.
We're back.
That was good.
And we're back. And we're back.
And we're back.
That is pretty much Drum Island in its entirety. I do want to talk a little bit before we give final thoughts on it. Just I want to let you guys in on a couple, and people watching, listening in on a couple of changes that I thought were kind of very unnecessary in the movie. If you do want to watch the movie, it's a great retelling or a great what if story about Drum Island, and the animation is beautiful, and the story is made to be in a movie. But a couple things they switch out. Vivi's not in it. Frankie and Robin are
Oh,
in it
really?
Yeah.
That's
instead
fucking
of,
crazy.
Yeah.
instead of Vivi.
That's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
And they give for some weird reason they give what is his name again? Wapol. They give Wapol a brother.
What's his name?
He's a mushroom guy. He ate like a mushroom
This is
devil
crazy.
fruit. And
It was like, huh?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he has he's the one who has this like master plan to unleash his like poisonous spores on onto the Drum
That's crazy.
Kingdom. And
What they call the fruit?
I don't know, probably the mushroom.
Mush
I don't know.
mush fruit.
Mush. Maybe.
Shroom.
And then
Shroom
it's
shroom
like-
fruit.
I think it might have actually been the shroom fruit.
Oh, because it wasn't munch and then mush.
Oh.
Oh. And he does a fusion with his brother instead of the other two.
Oh, and they're bros.
Yeah, and he calls him Brochan.
bro fruit.
Bro-chan.
Yeah.
Mm.
Brochan.
Brochan. And it's a good movie. I think it's really good. And what
Mhm.
matters is that it kept the heart. Like all the
Yeah.
emotional
Yeah.
beats are still there. And so if you've already read, especially if you've already read the manga and seen the anime and have seen it in like its intended, I guess, form, then I would say you can go watch that movie and have a really enjoyable experience.
Yeah, the only thing with Vivi not being in it is that she is learning so much, like you said about like being a king or like a queen or whatever. She does learn a lot.
Yeah, she presents like certain mentalities to the
Yeah,
to Luffy that
to
he didn't
Luffy.
think that he would accept her.
And then also like Dalton too. Like
Yeah,
Dalton
Dalton.
saying some things, like she like reacts to that because she's like, oh, this is what a good leader is. This is what
Yeah.
a good leader should be.
And Dalton, looks to Vivi as like an
Vivi
example
for like
of royalty.
the real arc. I mean, definitely.
She's important.
Read Drum Island because like Vivi's really important.
Yeah. So I mean, it was like whatever, but they just slight things that were changed. But overall, it was really, really cool. Like the fight scene at the end was cool.
That's dope.
Chopper's emotional moments were amazing. Yeah.
So I would recommend watching it. Again, it's called it's One Piece Movie 9: Bloom in the Winter Miracle.
I think I've seen the
Sakura.
fight scene for that.
It's awesome.
It's like really
good.
rough.
So you can see like the anime versus movie fight scenes, and they both.
No, literally in the show, the anime, the fight scene it's okay. It's not like the manga is better and the movie is better.
The movie's better because the animation quality is so much higher.
Yeah, and the manga is better just because you're just able to see more detail to it.
And that's the way it was. That's
the way
Oda
it's meant to be.
Wanted to tell it.
Oda.
Oda.
So final thoughts on the arc as a whole. What'd you guys think? We'll go. How about we'll start with Cody this time?
Sure.
Cody, how did you feel about this arc compared to all the other arcs that we've read?
I think it's like a combination of the Nami arc and then the Usopp arc, because it had like all the big fight scenes and emotions, and it introduced like one of the more likable characters. So,
how did you feel about Luffy in this arc too?
I like that he like started doing like things for people outside of like saying like that's my friend. Like I like that he like backed down from like a fight and like I have to prioritize doing this.
Yeah. And what did you think about this in terms of like what it makes you feel or how it makes you feel about the story overall? I mean, does this make you more optimistic or more hopeful for the future?
Well, there's a werewolf in it, so
that's all.
It's got bonus points.
I wish I was exaggerating how
much you like werewolf. I feel that, bro. I'm telling you. I just fuck with it. I fuck with him too.
I think about it all the time.
He's really on the crew. Like
what
that.
About it
like
is appealing to me? And I'm sure you can go in on it, but I don't know.
It's a very deep dive into your psyche as to why you like werewolves.
Yeah, you'll think about it. You're like, I don't want to go that far into my mind.
You know in Van Helsing with the werewolves?
Yeah.
In Van Helsing and they rip off their skin? Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that and I'm like, I don't know why I like...
Yeah, it's just so...
I'm connecting to this.
It's primal.
It is primal, right?
I don't know.
Something about it.
I don't know.
Wolfies.
How was it, Nolan, coming back for you?
It's really good, man. Like, it's just seeing the older stuff is literally, you see the reason why it pulled me in so deeply in the first place. It was just like very straightforward story that I know that maybe it wouldn't have like the exact stakes that might be coming from it, but I just find everything else about One Piece so enjoyable. And just like the humor, the tone, it takes itself seriously. Well, you'll see more of it as it goes on, like the different avenues it goes towards. And I've always liked like really long epics that can contain like consistent tones, and that was just my type of story. I just liked like big broad ideas executed really well with a lot of characters that you can connect with.
In the grand scheme of One Piece, like how does this like rank for you?
It's probably lower just because there's so many that like there's really a ton of like separate stories that happen, and are continuing to happen, like and probably will happen for years from now at this point on. But it's like definitely, I would say it's like in the middle tier for me.
Okay,
but even then, it's like I don't think that One Piece has like a really like terrible arc that like the story like the baseline story is like bad.
Well, apparently it's your village to everyone else. I mean, we got so many comments being like,
it's just like
what?
You just put it into perspective. Like, okay, yo, like the fucking, you're like talking to people that have no fucking context, right? Like, I get that you're like a little impatient, but how about you just shut the fuck up? A couple different details, like just patience, bro. Like patience. They're not going to get anywhere close anytime soon to like catching up.
How about this? We'll get better at it in like 100 episodes.
Yeah, we should. I mean, we should be there.
So
by that point,
decent. So it's still taking time. Like
it's still going to take some time.
It's taking some time. Just
Megan, how about you? Where did this arc? Like,
favorite.
where does it? Fit?
Favorite.
Drum Island's really good.
Favorite. Chopper's amazing. I loved his story. I loved all the characters. I loved the fight scenes. I loved the island that they're on. Like everything. It was like Syrup Village was my favorite, and then this came along, and I was like, oh my god, I loved every moment of it. It was amazing. Like It's just so cute, right
It's
up
just
my
a great
alley.
story for Chopper.
And it's so great.
Yeah.
Like, it's just all around, like, amazing. Like, I was so excited to meet him. I had no idea about anything about his backstory.
Yeah.
Or why
It
he
caught
was.
me off guard.
It really did. And I was like, when I saw him as like a reindeer, I was like, what's going on? And then I was so confused. I was like, does he, like, something happened to him?
Yeah, has he
like,
not ate a fruit yet?
yeah. And I was like, oh no, he ate the fruit. But he just is, I love his like personality and character. And he can't take a compliment. And he's like,
Yeah.
he just like dances. And I just love him so much.
Yeah, I thought that this arc for me too was like, there's so many things I forgot, like coming back and rereading it. There were so many, seeds that I forgot were being planted. And, we said it in the episode already, but just like the emotional stakes, I think were there, like you said, and for the sake of not repeating you too much, but it was that the fights were amazing. Luffy was amazing. Chopper was amazing. Oda nailed everything in this arc.
Yeah, just engaging storytelling.
Yeah, it was just a solid story, and I loved
It's
it. It was
solid, yeah.
a twist also on Rudolph and just everything, and like also that the side characters that were introduced in here, like Dalton, were just also so likable, and also someone that I was rooting for, even though I didn't have as much time with him as I had with the Straw Hats. Like every and even the doctors, both of the doctors, one was only existed in a backstory, but I just feel like so connected, and I felt so connected to all of them, and I think that this is the arc that I think really does a great job at establishing everything that One Piece like can do and can be, and it's showing everybody and even Oda at its best. And I absolutely loved every single bit of this arc.
I know, it was amazing.
It was amazing.
They're very solid arc, bro.
Yeah.
Solid.
I was trying to think of reindeer puns.
You got any?
Well, because that was like save it for a rainy day,
Mm-hmm.
Then there's just a rain pun, like rain it in though. Are they called reindeer because you put reins on them?
I think so.
Well,
is that-
He fucking figured it out just now.
A reindeer,
Bro,
yeah, probably.
I think so.
I mean, that's what their
I
whole
think so.
their whole thing is
Yeah.
like Santa puts reins on them.
Yeah, and you put reins on him.
Yeah.
I think you cracked it.
You learn
dude.
something fucking new every day. I swear.
That's
For
what the
real. It's
podcast.
every
We
day.
like to be on the podcast. We like to be educational. We like to teach
You guys are
about,
very informative.
Yeah, we like to teach you guys about sometimes math. We like to.
Oh yeah. Maths.
Yeah.
Maths.
But that's gonna do it for our One Piece Drum Island arc review, discussion, analysis, read through, walkthrough. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for tuning into another One Piece episode. We got to give a big round of applause for Nolan, dude. Thank you, Nolan.
No, thank you for having me.
Thank you for being a part of
Thank
this.
you, thank
And
you. It's
we'd
a
love
privilege
to-
to be here. It's a privilege.
Thank you, dude. We'd love to have you back. We'd love to have you back, and we'd love to just as we go farther and farther, because for everybody watching and listening, as they know, most of you know, I've only read up to Alabasta, and then I've watched some other things out of order, and that's what I got a lot of hate for or a lot of flack for. But it would be so nice to just have this resource, and like I said, a voice for everybody else who is caught up, just so he can kind of, let us know what things might hold more significance later, or what to keep an eye on as the series continues. So we'd love to have you back. We hope that you liked this new dynamic. This is a little something different. You can let us know how you feel about everything by leaving a comment in the comments down below, and let Nolan show him some love. Show him
Show me some hate, y'all.
Well, I mean, he said it.
Come on.
Be the beautiful viewers and listeners that we know you all are.
Love y'all.
Before we go though, and also let us know about Drum Island, like what Drum Island means to you, like how much you connected with it, where it ranks in all the other One Piece arcs.
Yeah.
And
It's a good arc, man.
Yeah,
It's
and
so
how you feel about it.
It's so solid.
We interrupt this episode and come to you now to share with you. We almost forgot.
Yeah.
A very special gift from a very special member of our community, Moses Elias. Shout out Moses. One of our Patreon members, just a great guy. I feel like I know you. I love you.
We love you.
We love you.
Love you. Moses sent us a gift to our P.O. Box, which there will be a link to, and you can send stuff there as well if you'd like. The holidays are coming up. Not telling you, telling you you have to, but if you want to. And really quickly, because it's pertinent and because it is relevant to the episode, and because we're just so thankful and so grateful, we wanted to read a couple notes that Moses Elias left for us. A gift for you. I don't think the One Piece manga has the color pages, and they're some of the best art from the series. So
Facts.
Enjoy. And Moses actually gifted us not only one, but do you want to grab the other one, Megan? But 2
Yo, your guys' people are crazy.
art books. This
Wow.
is the East
I
Blue
know.
of Skypea Color Walk
Oh, that's
Compendium.
sweet.
This one is
This
the
one's,
Color Walk Compendium, Water 7 to Paramount War.
Yeah.
And these pages are just
That's
so
crazy.
beautiful. To see Oda's art in color is so amazing. Cody, you want to flip through it? Careful for spoilers, dude.
Yeah, try to go through like.
Do you still read these like mangas?
No.
You can if you want, dude. It's up to you. Art is up
Yeah,
for
no,
interpretation.
it is. It's formatted like a manga.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Art is open to interpretation. That's what I said. Why'd you look at me like that?
Oh.
And while you're
like
while you're
that?
going
So
through
this
that,
is
while
like
you're
this
looking
is
at
like
that,
the front page.
another
so
note
the back
from
of this would
Moses
actually be the
is
front.
enjoy your gift. You guys are
The
some of the
back is
best
like a-
content creators.
Yeah.
You guys
This
never
that actually
miss.
is the front. Yeah.
Keep it up. You have become a part of my weekly routine, and I couldn't ask for more. Thank you,
Oh,
Moses.
Moses. Oh, well, it's amazing.
This is amazing, Moses.
It really is. Like, it's
real,
so
though.
beautiful. And, like,
It's
I just
beautiful.
saw one of the, little panels from what we just read, and seeing it in color is awesome.
Oh, these are great. What a draws at the SPSs.
Oh, dude. I mean, all the
He has
the
all
bonus
of them.
stuff that it has in the back. All the
He
color
drew them in
pages.
World War One.
He draws
That's
them
what's
in
cool
every
about
fucking
these.
era.
Yeah, that's what's cool about these art books. And I have a couple Naruto art books, and they do the same
Yeah,
thing.
they
draw
a lot of
them like
manga do the same thing for shonen and stuff.
Yeah, they draw them in like what they would
Mo-
look like if they were in a
Oda
band
goes-
together.
Yeah.
The author for One Piece, Oda goes crazy for them though.
And just to see all his sketches,
It's like a
and
little
everything.
insane.
Oda's crazy.
No,
He's a madman.
He's kind of a madman.
He's
It's
a
awesome.
madman. Thank you once again,
crazy.
Moses, from the bottom of
He's a
my heart.
madman.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Moses.
Yeah, it means the
Thank
world
you.
to us.
Beautiful.
And again, if you'd like to send something to us for us to open on the podcast, there will be a link or an address for our P.O. Box in the description down below. And now, either back to the episode or thank you for watching. Before we go, of course, we have to thank our wonderful, beautiful, amazing, our wonderful, our
Amazing, beautiful.
our.
Now I'm on this side. I could do it.
Okay, you and me are gonna have to do something else on our.
Yeah.
Oh, we put it in the middle?
We'll figure
No,
out. Maybe
just
it'll
get me out.
Yeah, go ahead.
Organize.
Our
Patreon
Patreon
members.
members.
Oh.
Out of the algorithm.
We,
Go.
Yeah,
we
you're-
love our Patreon members. They're
Okay.
they're
we're gonna
my heart. I need to go get checked out by Dr. Tony Chopper because I'm having palpitations
Palpitation.
from the love I feel from the Patreon members.
Would you say it's hard to rein in your love for them?
Yeah, it really is. It's I have to walk through snow and ice to
They're-
get to you guys.
They're very dear to your heart.
Oh,
very
very
dear to my heart. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
keep going.
And you can't hold this bull by the horns when
Okay.
it comes to my love. For you,
Call me Dalton,
Patreon
bitch.
members.
Yeah, thank you,
Call me
every single one of our
Dalton.
Patreon members.
We
It's
got
because
that
of
one.
you and because of your support
Now,
that we can do the
there's
things
there's
that
a
we
square
love
in
to
between them
do,
right
like
now.
talk about anime and manga
so, like,
and
that
share our
guy's name,
love
see it,
with
like, slowly
everybody
go up.
That's cool.
watching
Yeah.
and listening. Thank you guys from the bottom of our
I'm
hearts.
seeing it in
And
the
if you'd like to
future,
become
my
a
Yeah.
mind's
Patreon
right now.
member,
Eventually,
Megan,
you just
tell them where to
develop
go.
the sense.
If you'd like to
Excuse me?
become a Patreon member, tell them where to go.
You can go to www.patreon.com/volume1pod. Right?
Yes, where you'll get
No?
early access. Yes, where
Okay,
you'll get
cool.
early access to all of our videos, and you'll even get access to an exclusive bonus Patreon podcast, Volume 1 Extra, which you're going to want to stay tuned for, specifically and especially this time around, because we're going to be going in a little more deep on Nolan. And yeah, I know.
Yeah, you said
I
that. You said
know.
it like
I know.
that.
And we're going to be, kind of unpacking more of his thoughts on maybe even the One Piece live action cast, One Piece in general, and other anime, and his relationship and his connection to it. Volume 1 pod, patreon.com/volume1pod if you'd like to join. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
And Cody, is there anything else you want to add? Or
Well, now hey, so let's say Nolan. Let's say you're like you're just the average Joe Blow,
Indeed.
and you're like, but I don't have money to give you guys. Do you know it's outside of the Patreon gang? Do you know what else you could do? Well, I'll tell you. It's join the algorithm gang.
Oh,
That's Now you're asking me what's the algorithm gang?
what is the algorithm?
I'll tell you right now. It's a coalition.
Oh,
Of people.
Good word.
Yes. And so what they do is you just comment stuff. You can comment.
that's cool.
So just think of the slightest thing to comment.
Yeah, give
One
everybody
Piece
something.
trending. One Piece show trending.
One Piece for life.
For life.
Chopper.
Tony.
Yeah. Yeah, you can comment any of that stuff.
You
Tony,
can
Cody.
Cody.
Oh.
And if you're like-
Triple C in the building.
That's right.
That's right.
So,
That
and if
is
you're
right.
a little thumbs up, you're like, that doesn't do anything. I bet that's what you're thinking.
Well, that doesn't really.
Well, you're wrong. What it does is it increases the system engagement, and you can view it as giving us a little tip.
Yes. Yes.
True
Please
that.
subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already. Like the video.
Please
It
give
helps us
them
out a lot.
money.
Get this video
That's
up
right.
to as
Just
many
say
likes
that slowly.
as
Give them
you
money.
it is
Repeatedly.
physically possible, because the more likes we get, that is
us
also an
money.
indicator that you want us to keep doing these
Give
videos.
us money.
So I think that is all
money.
we have to say. I think that is all that we needed to get to before we get to our outro. That is always the same and never changes. Which today, Megan, you said you have one?
Yeah.
What is it?
So the will of the D lives on.
I like that.
We
a lot.
forgot to talk about the
do.
will of the D.
The will of the D.
That was the one of the just that term.
The will.
It's literally the will of D, bro.
The will
It's
of the
literally
D.
will of
I
D.
feel like you're more connected to it though for a very specific reason.
We're talking about the same thing.
We are talking about the same thing.
Are we talking about the same
The
thing?
Yeah, we're
will of
talking
the
about the
D.
same
When I say the D,
Yeah, I think I'm just letting people know that like Cody might be playing Cody Chopper might be playing it off like it's D as in like Decker, but we all know that
that's
I'm-
not what I'm doing at all.
Okay,
it's
then we're
I
on
thought
the
you were
same
talking about the
page.
will of like the D.
Yes.
Yes.
Like yeah.
Not
Decker.
Cody.
Cody.
Right. Yeah.
The D.
Yeah, there's only one D. D's nuts.
Whoa.
Yes.
That
Cody.
was a got him. That was a got him.
Shut up.
That was a got him.
What
Dude.
the heck?
And he said it.
Damn,
And he said it. And we got him to say it. And that was all we wanted to do before we got out of here. Megan, I think the will of the D is a great outro, and I think it's what we're
Okay.
going with. So, as always, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And until next time, the
will of the D
lives on.
I was talking about you said like,
Yeah,
that's
no
what I was saying.
shit. I don't.
you weren't saying that either.
I was
saying
saying that. I was saying
I didn't
that.
sing that. Sing your little chunk.
Chopper.